A woman lifted a bottle and poured several days' worth of urine into the container. Immediately, she starts pumping a water pump, and with the help of a filtering device, impurities in the urine are quickly removed. The purified urine then flows down a pipe into a water storage tank below. When the tap is opened, a stream of naturally uncontaminated pure water flows out. In this era of resource scarcity, aside from water sources, the most precious commodity is food. Namsan has captured a giant crocodile, and upon hearing the news, people rush to buy it. However, the exchange is not done with money but with something of equal value. Even the once prosperous rich woman plans to exchange some jewelry for meat. She opens her treasure chest of jewelry, hoping to trade the $1,000,000 pieces for a complete crocodile tail.
이 정도면
이거 먹을 수 있어? 줘.
이것도 뭐
Finally, Nanshan gave her a small snake for free, and the rich woman left satisfied. Han Suna, as always, Namsan reserves the best meat for her. In return, Han Suna paints a picture for Namsan each time. On this day, as Namsan watches Han Suna leave, he unexpectedly sees a group of men entering. They claim to be from the police and are searching for a wanted criminal. Following a poorly drawn sketch on the wanted poster, they arrest anyone they see, even women of different genders, to serve as criminals. This is clearly just an excuse to capture able-bodied individuals. In this post-apocalyptic world, no one wants to play the hero, so Namsan and his disciple Choi Ji-won pretend not to notice. However, when these men dare to target Han Suna, Choi Ji-won, who has a crush on her, steps forward with a punch. Unfortunately, he is overpowered and surrounded by the men who proceed to beat him. Unable to stay low-key any longer, Nam-san intervenes, effortlessly defeating the men. Under Namsan's questioning, the ringleader reveals the name of their boss, who happens to be a defeated man under Namsan's command. Mocking the man, Namsan discovers a large bottle of purified water he's carrying. The man says he got it from an apartment, leaving everyone present astonished. Due to a massive earthquake 3 years ago, all high-rise buildings in South Korea collapsed. Namsan dismisses the claim of an intact apartment as nonsense. However, on their way home, Namsan's disciple, Choi Ji-won, firmly believes the stranger's story, as everyone, including him, has heard rumors about the existence of an apartment. While Namsan and Choi Ji-won are chatting, a group of well-dressed strangers gathers outside Han Suna's house. They don't seem like refugees, and upon inquiry, it turns out that the leading woman is a teacher from the apartment. They have formed a volunteer team dedicated to protecting families with teenagers, helping them receive education, and working towards the revival of human civilization. The teacher promises Han Suna that if she agrees to study in the apartment, she can bring her grandmother along to spend her later years enjoying the abundant water and food in the apartment. Upon hearing about the free access to water, Han Suna's grandmother immediately agrees. However, on the way to the apartment, Han Suna's grandmother collapses due to her age and the rugged mountainous terrain. The kind-hearted teacher suggests that Han Suna can take her grandmother and another elderly man to the nearby medical station, and they'll send someone to pick them up the next day. The service is indeed considerate, but what Han Suna never expected was that the so-called medical station, according to the teacher, is actually a cliff. The volunteer first pushed the old grandpa off the cliff, followed by stabbing the grandma to death. Coincidentally, this scene is witnessed by Choi Ji-won, who is out hunting. To conceal the truth, they attempt to kill Choi Ji-won, but Namsan intervenes and kills them with a sword. Afterwards, strange things happen. The deceased volunteers inexplicably resurrect, and their combat abilities more than double. One person engages Namsan in a fight, while another pursues and tries to kill Choi Ji-won. He had the bright idea of deliberately leading the man into a trap for catching his prey, so that he was hanging upside down by a rope in the air. Just when Choi Ji-yoon thought that the crisis had passed, the man suddenly pulled out the dagger at his waist and almost frantically cut the left leg that was wrapped in the rope. How merciless was this man, not cutting the rope, but cutting the leg. Choi Ji-won, terrified and defenseless, watches as the man's knife is about to strike. At this critical moment, a stranger, a woman, suddenly comes to their aid and swiftly cuts the man's neck with a single stroke. It turns out that the method to prevent their resurrection is decapitation, a truly gruesome and violent approach. Before they can express gratitude for the life-saving intervention, the woman seeks their help first. According to Lee Eun-ho, she used to be a sergeant in the Air Force Special Forces. After the disaster, they found the only intact apartment and resettled the survivors there. Life was relatively decent after discovering underground water until a doctor arrived, leading to drastic changes. The doctor conducted experiments on all the children in the apartment, and afterwards, they disappeared. Lee Eun-ho interrogated the children to find out their whereabouts. but the doctor signaled the sergeant to shoot a soldier. Surprisingly, the dead soldier mysteriously came back to life the next second. This was the ongoing experiment by the doctor. Refusing to be complicit, Lee Eun-ho escaped. After convincing Nam-san to go to the apartment together, they first enter the tiger's territory. After effortlessly dealing with all the men, Nam-san holds a mineral water bottle and asks where they got it. Suspecting it's from the apartment, the men remain silent, avoiding eye contact.
저도 잘 자고 있어? 모르죠 저는.
좀 자고 있어. 잘 모르지. 몰라.
The last man, fearing a beating, reveals the truth. The apartment monopolizes all the clean water sources, and in order to survive, they have to exchange items. They specifically demand young children, which is why they attempted to kidnap from Nam-san's place. Nam-san doesn't understand why the apartment needs so many children. However, Han Suna, who is inside the apartment, discovers the truth. She secretly infiltrates the doctor's office and finds a girl lying on the operating table. The girl is currently unconscious, with a tube inserted below her right ear continuously delivering something. Before Han Suna can comprehend the situation, the doctor enters the office with the girl's parents. Upon seeing their daughter's current condition, they become extremely emotional. The father, feeling pity, hugs his daughter, but the next moment she convulses, foaming at the mouth, and within less than a minute, she completely loses vital signs. The father loses control of his emotions and insists on getting an explanation from the doctor. However, the doctor is equally distressed, blaming the experiment's failure on the girl's father's interference. In a fit of rage, he killed him with a knife. The girl's mother doesn't escape either. Attempting to flee, she is shot in the head by a soldier. Han Suna, hiding in a corner, is horrified, covering her mouth. But the next moment, soon, Han Suna finds herself tied to an operating table. The doctor informs her that children of her age have something in their pituitary gland that can grant them immortality. However, it cannot be directly used. Some adjustments need to be made in advance. The water they drink in the classroom serves this purpose. While Han Suna's head is connected to a machine, Nam-san forcefully breaks into the apartment in his car. Uncertain of Han Suna's current location, Lee Eun-ho takes them to the basement first to rescue his comrade. After all, having more people would be more convenient for subsequent actions. However, what she never expected was that the comrades locked in the basement had all turned into monsters. If it weren't for Nam-san's exceptional combat skills, their lives might have been forfeited there. Subsequently, Nam-san effortlessly deals with all the mutinous soldiers in the apartment. Seeing the situation turning unfavorable, the doctor hastily injects himself with a serum extracted from Han Suna's brain to maintain his immortality. Suddenly, he can barely stand, and mutated tumors grow near his ears. It turns out that Han Suna hadn't consumed the water given by the doctor previously. The unadjusted serum is essentially poison. Seeing that Choi Ji-won has stormed in, the doctor uses Han Suna's life as leverage, threatening him to drop the gun. Afterward, he hastily gathers his belongings and escapes. Most importantly, he gets assistance in taking away his daughter, who is submerged in the serum and only has half of her body. His seemingly insane goal is to resurrect his daughter. However, in the end, as he indiscriminately shoots at the besieging residents, he accidentally shoots through the suitcase containing his daughter, realizing the tragic truth. Ultimately, Nam-san shoots him in the head.
할걸.
저는 여기서 다시 시작하려고 그래요.
In the story's conclusion, Nam-san and his group return to their initial state of life. Though challenging, each day gets better. They believe that in the not-too-distant future, they will once again reach the pinnacle of human society's prosperity. As a movie enthusiast, feel free to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next episode.